Welcome to the FITMAMA Podcast, where it's all about gaining your health back as a busy woman and mom, and doing it without sacrificing time with your family or business. Here is your host, mompreneur and FITMAMA health coach, Angela Campbell.
You hear from Crystal today. So FITMAMA Podcast episode number 4. We're going to hear how Crystal has done so many things. So we're going to spill it all out there. We're going to talk about how the power of a community has really helped her in a lot of ways with accountability and gaining belief in herself, while she's made an amazing transformation, down 18 pounds, numerous inches. And I mean, if you haven't seen her before and after picture, you need to see it. It's in our Facebook group, as well as I can drop it in the comments after this as well too. So let's get going. In today's episode of our FITMAMA podcast, you're going to hear from her and how a busy career mama decided that it was time to put herself first again, which I know is a very hard thing for so many of us moms out there that are busy with all kinds of things. But she's put herself first again, which has impacted so many things in herself and her life, as well as her family's life. How she actually used the community of women to help her gain her confidence, as well as help with the accountability. Besides her and I working one-on-one with coaching, the group has really played a really big role for her. And then again, how she's lost the 18 pounds and numerous inches, which we lost count of the inches, but we're going to go back and find them.
Yeah.
We're going to find those numbers because pictures are worth 1,000 words. And that's definitely something she'll share. But, you know, if you're listening to today's podcast and you're like so many out there, women that are just, or mom or woman, whether you got kids or not, I feel like this is a woman trait. Mm-hmm. We try to do this ourselves all the time. If you're failing, it's not working, you're tired, but you're like, I got to have some change. Then join our Facebook community. If you're watching this right now live on Facebook, then go on my page. You'll see a link to the group, or just go to my website, www.acfitmama.com. On the main page, it says join our community. Literally, join our community, or schedule a time to chat. And you and I can get on a call and figure out what might work for you and what might not. That link again is above, or just same thing on my website, acfitmama.com/chat. And we can do that. But here's the thing. In the Fit Mompreneur community, which is something that's helped her tremendously, we see all the time women sharing their weight loss journeys. They're shrinking their belly fat. But the thing that I love to see so many of you guys share the most is the fact that you're finding time to fit all these things in, while you're still being a present mama, while you're still working your job or growing your business online. And the $1 million question that I get every day is like, how can I do what she's doing? Right? Like, and the thing is I love to encourage, if you're listening to this right now, if she's done it, if I've done it, like these other women are doing it, I feel like that's social proof that you can do it too, right? It's just a matter of believing and getting started. So again, we're going to talk about that in today's podcast, where Crystal's going to talk about how she has made her amazing transformation, but she's also been the most consistent person with all of the things I've thrown at her, as well as being present in the community and sharing her journey. That's a big part. I feel like sharing the journey is a big thing. Okay, so, but before we start, I got to give some shout outs, because there's some pretty amazing women in the group that I really want to give them a quick shout out, and then we will totally get started here. So first, I want to give a shout out. If you're watching this now, or you might catch this later, I want to first just give a big open arms welcome, because we have 2 new women this week that joined in our Fit Mama program, getting started on their journeys. So Kimberly Allen, major kudos to you, and Rusty Fulton, both have recently just joined and are literally getting everything set up and getting started. And the key to that is they're getting started. They have committed and are ready to put themselves first. So major kudos for you, simply just calling, getting started and making that commitment. And then Jennifer Murray, after 12 weeks of having amazing results herself too, recommitted to let's keep her results going, 15 pounds down already, and continuing her journey. And then 2 other shout outs. Louise Perry, if you're in my Facebook community, you may know this woman. She's pretty amazing, but she's been recovering from surgery and she's getting back on track and ready to rock and roll. She's already had amazing results. losing 4+ inches around her belly and just ready to rock and roll and get back. And she's craving workouts now. And then Echo Heel, also amazing transformation, super consistent in week 8 right now, and is fitting in shorts that she hasn't fit into in, she said, years. They used to be tight for so long and now they're loose. So again, just some major shout outs to them, you know, and again, on today, I'm ready to you guys to hear from someone else besides me. Right. And so I am going to turn it over to you, Miss Crystal. So first, if you would like, I would love for those that are listening right now to hear about you, a little bit about you, who you are, the fact that you're a mom, what you do, like how your busy life is, so that they can see that they can do it too. So I'll let you start there.
So I'm a billing supervisor for a construction company. We're busy, so I work 40, 50 hours a week. I have 2 teenage daughters at home that are pretty active and keep me busy. And I also had a dad that was on hospice. He's passed away since probably my last talk with Angela. But it was hard juggling all the time. I mean, my home life isn't the best. I'm in a verbally abusive relationship, marriage. And then, like I say, dealing with my dad and having to move my parents in and work 40 to 50 hours a week. It was hard for me to find time for myself or not to feel guilty. But like I say, I'm busy. And after talking to Angela for a long time, I finally realized I can do this. I can try it. I see pictures and I see, you know, the other women in the group. So finally I joined on, and really, if you can stay up to watch a TV show at 8, 9 o'clock at night, or get up to fix your coffee in the morning or breakfast, you can find the time to do the 10, 15-minute workouts. I mean, it's not like they take you all day. And so I just finally took the leap of faith. I don't have little babies at home like some of you moms do, but I'm, I think, busier now probably than when my kids were little. Trying to find out and keep up with what's going on in their lives because teenagers are everywhere. But you can do it. You just find that time, just like we make time for our kids, and parents make it for yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like, you know, even though there's some of us that have small kids that are at a different phase in life, like you have teenage kids, so it's busy. It's just different kind of busy, but it doesn't slow down.
It doesn't ever.
Yeah. If not, becomes a little bit more demanding because you're driving them and doing this and that. Yeah.
And it's, they learn to drive and they're on their own. So then you're like, oh, did they make it here? I need to call and see where they're at, or who they're with, or who they're hanging out with, you know? But it is. Absolutely. It just stays just as busy.
Yeah. Awesome. So definitely a ton on your plate. And you still are finding time to fit it in, which I love. So tell me, like, as far as health wise, I know, we had talked for a long time. We even worked together a little bit with product, but nothing like right now, the amazing results that you're having. Explain kind of so that those that are listening can know, like, where you were like before, health wise, both physically and even mentally, like with confidence and different things before we started.
Yeah, I didn't have any confidence. I was 198 pounds, never been that heavy, not even when I was pregnant with my girls. I've always had high cholesterol. My blood pressure had started going up. There's a lot of heart disease that run in my mom and dad's side of the family. So I was miserable with myself and clothes. I didn't like the fact I'm having to take medications for stuff. So really, honestly, even just being turned on, and even though I haven't lost, you know, hundreds of pounds, or I wasn't just like obese, but just the 18 pounds that I have shed in the last few weeks, it's amazing just the difference you feel. My cholesterol's went down, my blood pressure, I go back actually next month for another check just for him to see. He's trying to get me off the cholesterol medicine or lower it. I haven't had to get on blood pressure medicine, which is great because that's where I was headed. Yeah. So just these little things really make you feel better. Like, I want to go buy clothes. I want to go sit at the pool. I want to do things that I didn't do before because I was only going to wear a t-shirt and shorts, or t-shirt and pants, so that everything was hid for everybody to see, and I was not going to take pictures. Now, honestly, like I say, just them small differences. Like, we go to the pool almost every weekend. I bought a few new things. I mean, confidence is way, to me, it just makes your overall morale just totally better.
Yeah, absolutely. And just in hearing you even say that compared to the first time we chatted is like, it's like night and day. It makes my heart happy. And
Yeah, it's weird. Just
yeah. And even you mentioned something about pictures. I see that a lot too with moms. They don't want to either get in a swimsuit because they're not comfortable, right? Or they don't want to take pictures, and they definitely don't want to take pictures of them in a swimsuit, even to track their progress. So how do you feel like taking your progress pictures have truly helped you along the journey versus just relying on the scale? I think that's a big factor.
Oh yeah, because even though you look at your scale and you're like, okay, it went down 4 pounds, or oh, it went down 2 pounds, or oh, I lost an inch, until you actually see it in a picture, you don't really know. Like my mom would point out, she'd be like, oh, your weight's just pouring off, or the girls I work with would be like, oh, have you lost weight? And I'm like, oh, you can tell? And they're like, yeah. But really, until you look at a picture of yourself, I don't think you realize how much you've lost or how much it's changed just the way your body shape is.
Right.
And so I'm so glad that in this group she encourages pictures, because I look at them pictures all the time and I show everybody. I'm like, look, this is my before and this is my after. Before, nobody would have seen them before pictures.
Right. Yeah.
Sorry, I got a cough.
No, you're fine.
But yeah, no, you would have never, nobody would have seen them pictures. Never. Now
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm like, look, these things work.
I know. And I remember, and I always ask, I don't ever share a picture unless I ask you ladies first.
Yeah.
And you're like, share it with the world. I don't care. Share it. Go for it.
I don't. Now I'm like, this is great. I mean, yeah, it's still not appealing to look at the before, but now I'm like, whoa, that is a big transformation.
Yeah. I mean, seriously, the one I sent you this morning comparing very beginning to now is like amazing. So if you are watching and listening, or you're watching on our live stream on Facebook, definitely say hi for one. And if pictures is something that scares you or you just hate, put pictures in the comments, let us know. And I want you to know that you're not alone, obviously. Right. So, so tell the ladies or gentlemen or anybody that's actually watching or listening, like, what are some of the examples? You don't have to tell them all if you don't want to, but some of the things that you have changed over these last, 10 weeks in? 10, actually 11.
11.
Some of the things that you've changed.
Really, portion size, what I eat, and just being more active. Even if it's not necessarily working out for 30 or 40 minutes or doing hardcore workouts, just actually getting out, walking the dog, doing more stuff around the house instead of going home and just sitting down all the time. It changes a lot. Like, you'll start to realize you can do it. And, before you're like, oh, I'm so tired, I can't do this, I can't, go home and do any more. Especially, sometimes if you work out of the home, depending on what you do. But you can. And, like I say, my portions, I've learned, like, I can eat carbs, I can eat these fats, but I need to do it in moderation. I don't have to fill my plate like I do. Like, I'm not going to starve. And I think sometimes when you look at your plate and you're like, oh, I can only have a cup of that. And then you look at it and you're like, that's not very much. But really, if you'll just stay on track eating like that, your body gets used to it. And believe it or not, you're getting enough calories. You're not starving yourself. You're not under eating. So I think that was my biggest part, because at first when I started weighing my food or measuring it out to a serving, I thought I was feeding like a toddler at first. But really, we don't need 3,000 calories a day unless you're a bodybuilder or something that's, but as just a normal person, I think if us women would quit thinking of everything as like a diet, I think our mindset would be a little bit different. Because I think, we always, oh, we'll just do the diet. Oh, we'll just do this again. But really, if you'll think of it more as a lifestyle and actually eat like you should eat, like, normal people, and eat normal sizes, you would be a lot better off, and you'd probably be more successful in the long term.
Yeah. And like you said, you don't have to deprive yourself. You can actually enjoy foods that you like. You can actually, enjoy a slice of pizza on your kid's birthday. I remember seeing that. I'm like, that's good. That's okay. And not feel deprived and on a diet per se, like you said, like the diet, I hate that word.
Yes.
Lifestyle changes in moderation. You can truly have the results like you're having, and your exact proof. for others to see that. And tell me, you're taking products too. How does your daily routine look like on products? How simple is it in that department?
One thing I will say I do like about this, you don't have to take a ton of products. I know some things that I've done before, they're encouraged, like, oh, take 3 pills this time, take this pill at this time. I will say, honestly, I use 2 of the products, the trim, and I believe the pills are the burn. Mm-hmm. And I do the trim in the morning. I take my tablespoon of that, and then I do 1 of the pills in the morning and 1 at lunch, and that's all I do. And I like it because I feel like I'm going to be more successful in the long run, because I'm not taking a ton of products that are just burning everything I do off. Right. Yes, they're helping. They're amazing. But that is one thing I did like about this program, is you don't necessarily force us to have to take 5, 6, different products. Like, I mean, there's some that you recommended that, and I'm sure everybody's different, so everybody requires a little bit different. But I do like the fact that I only take a couple and my results are amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're simple to take. They're extremely effective, but there's so much more, because this is something that you had actually tried in the past and had okay results. But it's when we really started diving into nutrition, fitness, all the lifestyle changes with the products, right. I feel like that is the big, an amazing combination. And not everybody even needs the products, but it's definitely there for an option to help you have even faster and better results. A little quicker, but it's not a quick fix by any means. And I love that you said that. It's simple. And it goes right along with the whole lifestyle change too. And so tell me, how do you feel, besides the weight loss and your clothes fitting better and the confidence, how do you feel like your overall life, even at work, do you feel yourself performing better? Just anything that you can think of that you feel like your life has improved just from getting healthy?
Yeah, I mean, I'll say it's easier for me to get up in the mornings. It's easier for me to stay up later. Not necessarily, I mean, I always kind of stayed up late, but not necessarily up doing stuff. I'd be in the bed watching TV. So obviously I'd stay up to watch the show versus, sleep. But now, I mean, I go home and I'll do stuff throughout the house during the week, load of laundry or, sweeping, mopping, whatever it's required, versus waiting till the weekend to do everything. And then I do stay up and watch some of my shows, or, I'm big on reality TV, so I won't lie, I sit up and watch some of them reality shows, but it doesn't bother me as bad. I mean, right now I'm more tired, just like I say, I'm adjusting with my dad not being there, and so some of my sleep isn't the best right now, but honestly, overall, it's way better than what it was. I mean, I don't necessarily have to have coffee every morning, which is different for me, but
right.
I feel better.
Awesome.
Mentally. I do, I work, like I say, some weeks are a lot of hours, some weeks are just basic hours, but I mean, I can come in the morning. I usually get to work about 6:30, 6:45, and leave anywhere between 4 and 5, and I don't feel like I'm here 9 hours a day, when before I'd start dragging about 3 o'clock every afternoon.
Gotcha. So you're still going. It's
helped a lot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You're still going and doing laundry and doing all kinds of things when you get home.
Right.
Love it. I hear that a lot from mom. It's like, I hit a wall in the middle of the day. I want to do nothing.
I was bad about that.
Yeah. And sometimes, I mean, just the simple nutrition and fitness changes, moving your body, can definitely help in that department alone without even adding anything to it. So that's really awesome. So awesome. So I have 2 more things for you, and I know you've got to get back to work eventually, right? I would love for you to share like your biggest takeaways, like out of our Fit Mompreneur community. And ladies, if you're watching, this is a women's group, of course. We talk all things women, mom life a lot, but not only about mom life. So it's really any woman. Tell me how you feel like the group itself has helped you with everything, with your confidence and with your transformation, the accountability side. What do you feel like has played a role in your journey?
I like the group. I post a lot. I get on there a lot, and just read other comments or stories. So I think as women, when you have a group where it's all positive, because obviously we're not all made the same, we're not all going to lose the weight the same, our situations are all different, home life, work life, kids, confidence. I didn't have any, like I say, I'm not in a good situation relationship wise at home, and things like that. So that plays a big part on what you'll do for yourself as well. But I think in the group, it's somewhere for me to go and not have to worry about some of my issues I have at home, or if I'm feeling like, God, I can't do this challenge, or man, I can't get my carbs right this week. You just go and you see that you're not the only person that's failing, but you're still going, and you have them women that are like, hey, that's still good. Like, good job, keep going. And that's what I like. I like to post.
Yeah.
I like to hear what, the other women have to say. I like to see what their ideas are and what they prep meal wise, or what they're eating, or products, or how they're going. Because some are bigger than me, some are smaller than me. And, I'm like, oh, wow, like she is doing it. And that's what I like about it. I know sometimes women are like, oh, I don't have time to get on there and post, or, oh, I don't want to post this because I didn't get in all, my protein, or I didn't whatever. And I don't always, and I miss workouts. And, probably I'm really consistent with all my water because that's become second nature. But there's things I do, but it's never like you don't get put down in the group. Like, it's not like, oh, I can't believe you didn't get your protein today, or if you do this, you probably could do it. It's, they help you with, oh, well, maybe if you try this or alter this. And that's what I like about it. But I like to see that I'm not the only person out there that, I don't want to say has a crappy life, but, has other things going on that maybe prevents them from doing certain stuff.
Right.
So, I like that. So that's why I'm in it so much.
I love it. And like I said, I told you this before we got started, you really are the most consistent in there, and it's proven to help you in so many ways. And so, and again, if you're on either the podcast later, or if you're live right now, I can see a lot of people online right now. If you're a woman and you're not in the group yet, definitely join it. You can either search Facebook/group/the Fit Mompreneur, or shoot me a message. I'll get you in there, or just go to acfitmama.com. It's on the main page if you're listening to this on the podcast later, and join it. Because I feel like it's so important. Like, I can help people all day long. It's the community, and it really takes an army of people, I feel like, to really wrap their arms, and there's no judgment whatsoever, ever.
Right.
And I love that. And it won't be tolerated if it ever happens.
Like, I love it.
Not the vibe that's
we're not all perfect. And like I say, we're all built different. So, I like the fact that, and it is encouraging because, a lot of women, I think a lot of us are insecure. I think even the ones that weigh 100 pounds and look like they just walked off of a magazine, I think a lot of us and I think that's just our way we're built, maybe, or just wired. And I like it. Like I say, I love posting. I love seeing the other women and what they're doing.
Yeah, I love it. And that accountability piece is amazing. So what would you say, the last thing I will ask you is, what would you say to anybody that's listening right now is either like scared to start, or doesn't know where to start, or just they don't really believe in themselves that they can do it because they've tried so many things in the past and nothing's working. So they don't even want to start because they don't feel like they can win at anything. Just any piece of advice to anybody out there that's thinking about it, or just tired of being tired, wants to change, but they just don't know what to do.
Honestly, I think as a first step, if you're kind of skeptical and you're not really sure, should I do it? Should I invest? Get in the group. Look at some of our stories, ask questions. Like I said, I think most of us in the group are willing to share photos, or, whatever it is that they're needing the help with or wanting to know. But I think really start there. Really think about your long-term goals. Don't do this if you're wanting a quick fix and it to happen next week. But if you're willing to take the time and just do 10, 15 minutes a day to yourself and do some simple meal prepping, or just a simple little bit of a lifestyle, that's where I would start, is really to see where you want to go. Are you really committed to this right now? Are you not? Because obviously you don't want to spend the money. You don't want to get into a group that you're really not going to put the time into. So if you're still at that point, you're not quite sure if you should go or you shouldn't, get in the group. Just see how we are. And then ask her questions and start off little. Get with Angela, see what she says. Maybe start getting the products and just slowly work into it. I know you have all kinds of programs and you help women, and it's, like I say, everybody's different. But really, ladies, do it sooner than later. I wish I would have done this when I was in my early 30s or whatever, versus waiting until I was 40. But that's the only way I think, because I will tell, Angela knows I was in the group for a long time. I was, watching yourself on your page and asking you questions, and it took me a while to commit. And I think that's okay, because it is a lifetime goal. It's not something that you're just going to do for a week and it's done.
No.
So I think that's where they really should start. Listen to some of our stories. We're all women. You know, most of us have kids. Even if you don't have kids, you still have stressful lives.
Absolutely.
I mean, just because you don't have a kid at home doesn't mean that work isn't stressful, or family, or, you know, I mean, to me, heck, even having animals, chasing after the animals sometimes is more than chasing after the kids.
Yes.
So that's where I would start, is just getting in the group and filling it out and just talk to some of us. And then, you know, take your steps and go along with it. Because like I say, this is a lifetime thing. This isn't just, oh, I'm going to do this for a week and then go on to the next.
Yeah.
Because I think that's where you're going to fail.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're 100%. And yeah, if you are listening, she said something that's very powerful. Like, I feel like a lot of people won't reach out to me for different reasons. So reach out to the women that you see posting their amazing results, and they can share. I don't know any of them that won't be open to sharing advice or just some support, or to let you know that you will not be on the journey alone. And I think that's extremely powerful, because there is so many women, like you said, moms or not, doesn't really matter if you have kids or you have no kids, or you have babies or you have grandkids. Like,
right,
we're all women that we're made a lot alike in here. And when you have other women that you see on the either the same struggle bus and overcoming it, it's so powerful to be wrapped around people like that. And you hit it on the head. Join the group. If you're not in it, definitely do so. I'll put the link above to you if you're watching live on Facebook and you're not in there yet, but definitely do that. And just sit back and watch. I can't tell you how many people finally went. I'm a believer of timing. Timing is everything. And you can sit back and just watch and don't comment, don't participate in anything, but just watch. And then if you do decide, or if time happens, or the ability where you can hop on board, then there's options for everybody. For sure. So yeah, oh gosh, you hit everything perfect and then some. So yeah, again, you guys, if you're watching on the Facebook, either now or later, like, drop questions in the comments, or give Crystal some love. Like, just drop some hearts in the comments if you love everything she said, something that sparked in your mind or your heart that, like, oh my gosh, I can totally relate to her story, because I know so many of you guys will. Then definitely show her some love. And then I schedule a time. The links above if you're watching Facebook, or acfitmama.com/chat. And we can literally talk about your options that you've got. And so, man, I don't think I have anything else to ask you, girl. You've shared it all, and I know you got to get back to work. So thank you for joining me. And anybody that's watching now or later, thank you so much for tuning in. If you find anything that we shared today valuable, help us out. Share it by any means. Let other women out there hear it. Give Crystal some love for sure. Join our group, participate. And just know that you don't have to do this thing alone. You've got so many of us that will help wrap our arms around you to make it happen. And there's options out there for every single person, no matter what situation you're in, that you can get started. So that is all I got, girl. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you guys.
Yeah. Thank you. And we'll end the podcast there.